Hello everyone, Charles Watts here, the Arsenal correspondent at Goal, joining you on Saturday. We are 1 day away from the Euro 2020 final, England versus Italy tomorrow night at Italy. Honestly, the Denmark game feels so long ago now. I can't believe how much this is dragging on. I've got a kid's birthday I've got to take my kids to tomorrow. I think from about 11 o'clock till 2:30 in a park with about 25 screaming kids legging it around. Honestly, I'm dreading it. It's just going to go on forever and ever and ever. I've got my table booked down the pub for 6 p.m. tomorrow night. Can't wait. Just want to get there now. It's the tension is killing me, but let's not talk about that too much. I know not all of you are England fans who are watching this, and so a lot of you don't really care. In fact, a lot of you probably want England to lose, so we won't talk about that. It's just going to be a bit of a short update today, as it's a Saturday. Just thought I'd keep you updated on how things are going with Arsenal transfers wise. We're getting there slowly. I reported yesterday on Goal about Albert Lokonga, how that deal has now been agreed in principle with Anderlecht. Medical was yesterday, so we are getting very, very close to it being finalised. Now, our suggestions was that medical was in Holland. I heard yesterday it was going to be in Belgium, but maybe certainly over there it's been reported that it's actually been taking place in Holland, potentially to try and avoid some sort of maybe quarantine issues. I don't really know. When I spoke to people at Arsenal yesterday, they said it was all very much up in the air in terms of when he was going to get here, how long he was going to have to quarantine for, and that sort of thing. They weren't even sure where the medical was going to be. It's very much a sort of moving parts type of thing. So perhaps he has had it in Holland, and that might help him in terms of where he's going to fly into. There has been suggestions he might be flying straight to Scotland for the training camp. I was told yesterday it was very highly unlikely he was going to be involved in that, just because of the whole issues with quarantine. And when you look at Nuno Tavares, for example, who had a long time in isolation after he arrived in England to complete his move from Benfica, that it was going to be a similar situation with Lokonga. Maybe Arsenal found a way of getting around that now, which would be very handy. And we saw it last season a couple of times in players that came over who we thought were going to have to quarantine, actually didn't, because there were certain ways kind of around the rules type thing, and they were coming from biosecure sporting elite bubbles anyway. So it remains to be seen, but there is still a few things to be done when it comes to Albert Lokonga, but he is finally, it seems to have rumbled on forever and ever and ever, but he is finally going to be an Arsenal player very, very soon. It's about £18 million all in, about £15 million initial, and then about maybe £3 million in add-ons if certain clauses and bonuses are triggered during his stay. Arsenal very excited about him, very young, up-and-coming, talented young midfielder, 21 years old, obviously been a big success at Anderlecht, having come through. The fact he's in and around that Belgian team already at his age is, certainly shows how. I just seen a notification flip up on my phone as I'm doing this, so I'm going to quickly bring it up because Nuno Tavares has just been confirmed as an Arsenal player. I've just seen a notification from Arsenal pop up. And he has now been confirmed as an Arsenal player. I was going to get to Nuno Tavares later on in this video, but breaking news. And so hopefully before the end of this video, I'll get some quotes up and we can see what him and Arteta and people have had to say about his move to Arsenal. So you're going to have to forgive me. I'm going to have to be looking down on my computer a little bit as we're doing this. But Nuno Tavares is an Arsenal player, and we'll get to him in a second. But finally, on Lokonga, why Arsenal signed him. As I said, young, up-and-coming player. There's lots of excitement about him. Arsenal's interested in him, or they've been keeping tabs on him for a long time, way before this current regime. You go back to the old regime, the old scouting recruitment team of Francis Cagial, people like that. He's been on the agenda of them for a long time now. So, Arsenal have got plenty of scouting reports on him over the last few years, and they believe the time is right for him to make the step from Belgium to England and be a success. As I've said previously, I don't think he's going to be the only central midfield signing this summer. I think Arsenal are going to look for a more experienced man to come in and partner Thomas Partey in the starting 11 week in, week out. I think Lokonga is going to be given time to develop. He's going to sign a 5-year contract when that deal is done with Arsenal, and he kind of seen. I don't want to dub him as one for the future, because obviously he's going to come in. He is going to play a lot of games this season, but they're going to give him time to develop and adjust to the Premier League, adjust to a new country and things like that. Throwing him straight into central midfield in the Premier League when you've only been playing in the Belgium League is a big ask, especially for someone so young. So he's really highly rated. They're really excited to get this deal done for him, but I think he's going to be more of a sort of replacement for, sort of Matteo Guendouzi, Lucas Torreira, if he goes, those sort of players in the squad. Danny Ceballos, for example, who's obviously not coming back last season, is going to kind of take their places in the squad rather than Granit Xhaka when Xhaka's moved to Roma gets done. So that's why Arsenal are going to go and bring him in. But they're very, very excited about that one. And so am I. He's the sort of player you want to see Arsenal make moves for. It feels like an exciting signing. Like you said, one for the future, real talented potential, massive ceiling on the kid. And should be a decent player. So a good one for Arsenal to get over the line when it happens. Not quite there yet, but we are edging towards it happening. So that's the latest on Lokonga and Arsenal. And so let me just bring up, while I'm talking to you, what we can see about Nuno Tavares. Here he is. He's on the Arsenal website now. So Nuno Tavares is now an Arsenal player. Let's see what they have had to say. Is what Edu has had to say about Nuno Tavares. Breaking news. Nuno is a talented young player who is wanted by a number of clubs across Europe. He will provide strong backup in the left-back position. We look forward to him growing and developing with us and becoming an important member of the first team squad. Here's what Mikel Arteta has had to say about Nuno Tavares. He says, "We welcome Nuno to the club. He is a young player with great promise who has developed very well with with Benfica in recent season, has also shown his quality by being part of the Portugal under-21s. Nuno's arrival would give the squad extra strength and options in defence, particularly with his energy on the left-hand side of the pitch. We look forward to Nuno's arrival soon, his integration into the Arsenal family and playing in front of our fantastic supporters." Nuno Tavares will wear the number 20 shirt. Now, the fact this has been done over the line now is great for Arsenal. He was at London Colney yesterday. I said that on my live broadcast. It was the first day after his isolation period, and then they could get the deal done. He's had his pictures taken, holding up his shirt. He's had his interview as well, which is now up on the website for you to see. And here's some of what he's had to say. So he's asked, what can the Arsenal fans expect to see from you? And Nuno Tavares says, "I am fast, I'm good at shooting with my right foot, but I'm left-footed. I can dribble, improvising, that's my qualities, my technique. I have more qualities and I will find more in this club. I'm so excited because it's a big club, and for me as a young guy, it's a pleasure to be here. When I finished the season, my agent told me that Arsenal were interested in me. In the first instance, I was very happy, and after that, I dreamed about it and spoke about it with my mum. I was so excited to be here, and now I'm so happy. Mikel and Edu help me so much. They speak with me every time and call me, and I feel people want me here. I like that because I need this power, and I'm so grateful for this." So that's what Nuno Tavares has had to say about his move to Arsenal. He's also been talking about the Arsenal players that he admires. He says, "In the present, I like Emile Smith-Rowe because he is my generation. He played against us on the same side. He played on the right. I played on the left. For the selection team, he's a good player, and I see Saka too. Young players, good players from the past. I liked Henry, a very good player, and it's good for me to remember that story. You have a good project, young people. It's good for me, and we learn together because we can understand together, and we can have an evolution together with the young guys. It's the same. It's a good project with young guys, and we understand each other." So please do head over to arsenal.com and you'll be able to see the full first interview of Nuno Tavares, who's just at this second of me recording this video, be confirmed now as Arsenal's first signing of the summer. Arsenal will be very happy to get this one done. They went into the summer with a priority of getting a young left back who could come in and provide cover for Kieran Tierney. There were other options. They were thinking slightly of the older options as well, people like Ryan Bertrand, but they decided to go with the young player. And Tavares comes in. He's 21. He's a player they can develop. They know he's raw. Defensively, he is prone to a few errors. Sort of loses his head a little bit, but that's what you'd expect from a young, inexperienced player. And Arsenal hope they can develop him over the years to turn him into an excellent left back. His athletic qualities are massive, really fast, gets up and down the wing, excellent left foot, but he's also got an excellent right foot. He's even played right back before as well, so he can also bring a bit of versatility to the team, can play left back, right back. And Arsenal, they're very happy that they've got this one done for him now. So as I said, please do get over to arsenal.com, full interview up there, video interview for you to read as well. And Tavares hopefully now will be a full part in Arsenal's training camp in Scotland, which they leave for on Monday. They'll be there for 5 days, 2 games against Hibernian and Rangers. You would think we're going to see Tavares in an Arsenal shirt for the first time in one of those games. Certainly interesting to see how he gets on. So, breaking news as this video happens, Arsenal have completed the signing Nuno Tavares for £8 million from Benfica. Right, okay, before we go, let's talk about William Saliba. Getting lots of questions about him. It appears that his move to Marseille is potentially edging a little bit closer. Nothing agreed yet between the clubs, though. That's what they've got to get sorted out. Saliba wants to go to Marseille. Personal terms, things like that aren't going to be an issue. It's just a case of getting the deal done between the clubs. Now, from what I understand, Saliba hasn't been at London Colney. Wasn't there yesterday with the rest of the players. So you would think from that it's because this move now is progressing and getting very, very close to being done. And it's just about getting the two the two agreements reached on either side. I don't think we're that far away from it, but it appears Marseille have been trying to get a sort of option to buy type clause inserted. Arsenal at the moment are still saying, as they always have done, that they see Saliba as an important player of the future, so they don't want to include the option. They just want him to go on loan for the season, get important game time, play week in, week out, and then by the time he comes back next season, hopefully he might be ready to play for Arsenal in their eyes. Whether that happens, we'll have to wait and see. Personally, I'd much rather see Saliba play in the Premier League this season. I don't see what we're going to get really from him going back to France and having another spell over there. We know he can play well in France. We know he feels comfortable over there, obviously, but it'd be good to sort of test himself in the Premier League. There was options to go to the Premier League. Newcastle was one of them. We know that, but he's decided to go back to France. And for me, it's just a little bit disappointing. I'd much rather really see him test himself in the Premier League week in, week out, and then we can really be a good judge of character for ourselves to decide just how good he is and whether he's ready to play in the first team at Arsenal. But I think that situation is slowly moving forward. It's just best for all parties now that it gets resolved one way or the other. And so Saliba knows what he's doing. Arsenal know what they're doing, and they can move on. And once the Euros are over, you would think hopefully they'll sort of really press forward and get the deal for Ben White over the line. Until the Euros are done, it's always felt a little bit unlikely to me with that one for Brighton. So I think hopefully once that's done on Sunday, we might see some movement in the sort of 1 or 2 weeks after that. So that's the latest on William Saliba. Really good news about Arthur Okonkwo signing his new contract. That was announced yesterday. Long-term contract for him. I think it's 4 years. 3 years actually for him because of his age. He has been promoted to the first team as well as signing his new contract, so he's going to be the third choice keeper for Arsenal. Really highly rated. He's been on a hell of a journey since he's been at the club from very, very young at Hale End to where he is now. So delighted for him. Arsenal absolutely delighted to get him done as well because they really do rate him. He's a big talent. I think we're going to see him during the training camp in Scotland because there's no other goalkeepers basically at the moment. Runarsson is there obviously, but I think we'll certainly see Okonkwo play some part in those games against Hibs and Rangers. On signing his new contract, he said it's just surreal to be from the academy, to come all the way up to Colney, play the under-18s, the under-13s, and then move up and train with the first team and hopefully one day make my first team debut. But it's a great feeling to be here. I'm very excited to have signed this new deal and I can't wait to get training again. I'm very thankful for the opportunity the manager has given me and the trust from the staff to be promoted to the first team. I think Okonkwo's got the number 33 now. It's great news for him. Personally, as a fan talking, I'm delighted Arsenal got him over the line because they've put an awful lot of effort into developing him through Hale End. It would have been awful to lose him at this stage. So great news for him, and it's just another success story for the Hale End. The talent just keeps rolling off the work that has been done by the coaching staff there over the years, and the talent they keep developing and how it's getting into the first team now. Huge credit to the club, and the one sort of thing we as fans can really cling on to at the moment, because let's face it, Arsenal's been a bit of a mess for a long time now, but the one success story that keeps on repeating that success is Hale End. So it's great to see. It's what Mikel Arteta had to say about Arthur signing his new contract. He said, "We are so happy that another academy player has come through our system. Together with Arthur's huge talent and hard work, we thank our colleagues at the academy for developing Arthur in recent years to get him to this stage. They are doing great work with the player's development and should be really proud. Arthur was working and travelling a lot with the first team last season, and we have all seen his quality firsthand. He is a strong young goalkeeper with great potential, and we're so pleased he has signed his new deal. He has absolutely earned his place in the first team squad. Arthur will now join us every single day in training, where we look forward to watching him continue to develop and improve his goalkeeping. I know all of our fans will join me in congratulating Arthur on the positive step in his career." So very nice words from Mikel Arteta there on Arthur Okonkwo signing his new contract and on his promotion to the first team. So congratulations, Arthur. I'm sure you'll all join me in being very, very delighted in that news. Right, that's it from me, everyone. Thanks for watching today's update. As I said during the video when it was announced, as I was recording, Nuno Tavares has signed his contract. He is now confirmed as an Arsenal player, and get over to arsenal.com to watch the video of his first official interview as an Arsenal player. Have a great day, everyone. I'll speak to you soon.